I want to thank you all for tuning in to this celebrity edition of Black Friday Live. I'm your host, Keith Scott. Now, joining us on this celebrity edition, I'm always excited when I got a huge, beautiful entertainer on this segment of Celebrity Edition of Black Friday Live. I'm just going to introduce her right now. Singer, songwriter, Grammy award-winning R&B singer, Miss Lisa Fischer. How we doing?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for joining us today by Skype. I know you're in the NYC. How's everything going?
Really good. Thank you so much for having me and putting me on this platform. Thank you so much. I'm doing good.
Well, thank you so much, Ms. Fischer. Let's go right into it because I know our viewers want to know what's been going on with Lisa Fischer, hold on, let me just say this. What's been going on with Grammy award-winning singer and songwriter, Miss Lisa Fischer?
Life. Gosh, I've been touring. I was in a film called 20 Feet from Stardom, and it's given me the gift of being able to tour. So I'll be coming to your city really soon. I'm really excited with my band, and life is good. I'm just grateful. I'm thankful,
Well, before we started this interview, Miss Fischer, you haven't changed a bit. You're still beautiful. Even when you came out in 91 with that Grammy award-winning song. But I want my viewers to know a little bit more about you because for 4 decades, you traveled all over with a lot of different artists and groups doing backup. And I'm talking the Rolling Stones, Tina Turner, Luther. What was it like being on the road with the Rolling Stones for, over a decade?
Wow, it's actually been almost 30 years, which is kind of crazy, right? Like 26 or 28 years. I started with them in 1988, and I was touring with Luther Vandross, and so it would be interesting because sometimes the Stones would be working, and then Luther would be off, or Luther would be working, and the Stones would be off. And so for years, it ended up just kind of working out schedule-wise. Sometimes I'd do a tour with the old Chaka Khan or
Yeah.
just different, all kinds of different tours. Did tour Tina Turner. Recently did a tour. Well, I won't say recently. It's been a few years now with Nine Inch Nails and just all these wonderful groups. And it's just been working out. I mean, I'm just grateful that God's scheduling made it so. But I've just been really thankful to be able to support some really amazing artists and just to learn from them and to witness their greatness,
Yeah. Yeah, and you come from a family where your mom you were singing at a young age and kind of was influenced by your mom, and you got 2 siblings?
I have 2 brothers. One just recently passed away, but my brother Donnie, may he rest in peace, and my brother Anthony. And my dad was actually the singer in the group. He was with a group called, the Cupids, and they had a song called
The Cupids.
The Answer to Your Prayer was one of their songs, and the other song, hold on to your hat, was called Your Dog Likes My Dog. Dog likes my dog, so dog. I was like, really, Dad?
So that's where that gift came from. Was Mom involved any when it comes to a musician or singer?
Yeah, she played piano and she played violin, and she did sing a little bit of background, I think more so to kind of keep an eye on my dad. But my dad was really the singer in the house, And I would listen to like their old 45s. They gave me like their old 45s with that little, that little disc that you stick in the middle of the 45 so you can put it on the record player. You too young to remember this. But
I do.
Years ago. You do remember it? Really? Okay.
I got an old player in my in my office right now, and I
Okay,
have
that's
one
the
that I can play
idea.
45s. I still play. I still play that vinyl.
Oh yeah, it's the best. It just feels good to hold on to vinyl. Vinyl's great. I'm
Yeah,
glad it's making
vinyl
some
is.
kind of comeback. But yeah, no, I would listen to all these records, and my parents were a big influence. Church was a big influence. Um, School was a big influence. I went to music and art high school and went to Queens College. Um, and so it's kind of getting music from everywhere. I mean, just walking down the street in Brooklyn and Fort Greene and just hearing music blaring out of people's windows and just, all the music everywhere. It was just like food for me.
Yeah, yeah, Brooklyn native, huh?
Yeah.
I've been through there, Fort Greene. It's kind of you got to know somebody over there.
It's good to know someone. It's always good to know someone.
It's always good to know someone. But you spent all of those years, but then you found the time out to release, a Grammy Award winning song and to, kind of just launch out on your own as a as a solo artist. And you
Yeah,
really
it
had
was
a cool
really,
career as a solo artist, and you're still doing it, and you're going to be here in the Alamo City. We're going to talk about that. But,
yes.
where does and I like to ask songwriters this, where does some of the, the gift of writing come from? Is it everyday life and experiences?
Well, it's interesting. I never really considered myself a songwriter. I was just a singer working in New York, singing background, too shy to really go out and try to be a lead singer. I would sing songs. That's what was important to me. I didn't really look at the music business as a business, but
Right.
more as a way of life, a way of living a life. And so songwriting was something that happened because I got a record deal. And luckily, I was signed to Elektra Records. Bob Krasnow signed me. My manager, Danny Marcus, who also managed Luther Vandross at the time, helped me get the deal. And then a wonderful woman at Elektra named Carol Childs was the A&R person. And she, in turn, hooked me up with a guy named Narada Michael Walden. And
Narado
Narada,
Michael Walton.
oh, yeah. And, he was having so much success with Whitney Houston and just so many other singers. And so we got together, and at the time, Elektra had done some kind of survey to find out whether or not an up-tempo song or a ballad would be the thing to release. Um, and they wanted me to write something up-tempo, and I was just like, okay, I'm not so much feeling that. Then Narada gets behind the piano and he's playing, how can I ease the pain? Do-do-do-do-do-do, just on the piano by himself. I was like, ooh, what's that? What's that? And so I wanted to work on that song. And he's like, yeah, but Elektra really wants us to work on a up-tempo tune. I was like, yeah, that's cool. I said, but I'm feeling whatever that is.
Right.
So we ended up, you have to kind of follow your heart on these things when you have a feeling in your gut. So we ended up working on the song. I wrote the lyrics, and he wrote the chorus. I finished out the chorus, wrote the lyrics, I worked on the melody. The track had already been done. And so I brought it into him, and he made a couple of changes, and that, his production and the performance is what's on the record. So I got
Yeah.
really lucky. Yeah.
Yeah. Got you a Grammy.
I was in shock. I mean, I never even thought that far. I was just kind of following my heart.
Yeah.
And just the whole concept of writing something and being in the moment, to get back to your question about writing, it's just capturing a moment,
Okay.
and I think just being sensitive enough to hear the message,
Yeah.
having something to say that people can sort of relate to, and hopefully it being bathed in something sonically beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good stuff. Now, you said for our viewers, you're out and you're touring right now. Are you touring just across the country, or are you overseas, or are you kind of back and forth?
Mostly we were in the States this year.
Okay.
year we'll probably be going, across the waters. But it's been sort of kind of in different places, mostly in the United States. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, tell us a little bit, because I'm going to tell my viewers you're going to be here in San Antonio
Yeah.
before Thanksgiving here in November. We're excited. Lisa Fischer is coming to San Antonio. We are excited. But tell us a little bit about your band, because you got Lisa Fischer and the Grand Baton.
Yes, Grand Baton. Yeah,
Yeah.
for big stick or big beat. So there's a guy named JC Maillard who's an amazing guitarist, vocalist, songwriter, artist in his own right. He came up with the name and the concept of Grand Baton.
Okay.
And so he's our musical director and arranger. He's lovely. And then he, in turn, works with a guy named Thierry Arpino, who's the drummer and percussionist.
Okay.
And they say again?
No, I said, okay, I'm listening to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. And so Terry and he have played together for so long. And so they have a vibe. And they use a lot of different beats, world beats, all kinds of stuff. And then there's also Aiden Carroll, who plays the bass, and he's out of Oklahoma.
Right.
But he's like back and forth in New York and LA. And so we all have been playing together now for maybe 4 years now.
Okay.
So it's been really, really cool just being able to be with musicians that listen the way that they do and emote the way that they do. They're just beautiful human beings first. And then equally, just amazing musicians that want to share their heart,
Yeah, that's good stuff. Well, you and Grand Baton are going to be here in the Alamo City. Now, have you got any new projects or anything you've been working on?
I've been writing lately. I haven't, I don't have a record deal anymore. I haven't had one, probably about 20 years, maybe more. Because the business has changed so much, but my heart is in a place where I need to kind of express a few things.
Right.
So I'm in the process of writing right now. So hopefully next year we'll see what happens. Maybe there'll be something new to hear,
Well, cool. We'll be looking forward to it. Now, for my viewers, I'm going to go ahead and put this up right here, because Miss Lisa Fischer is going to be here November 16th at the Joe Long Theater here in San Antonio, Texas. And you're going to be here with Grand Baton. Tell us how you're feeling about coming to the Alamo City.
I can't wait. It's just been a long time. It's like I can't remember the last time I was there, so that means I need to go.
Yes, you do. Well, we're excited. For my viewers, if they want to stay connected with you and, just follow you across the states, how can they stay connected with you, Miss Fischer?
So there's a website, lisafischermusic.com. There's also Lisa Fischer Instagram, and there is Lisa Fischer Sing on Twitter. And there's also a Facebook page, band page, Lisa Fischer. So yeah, all of those work.
All right. Well, I got you Skype this time. Maybe next time when you come to San Antonio, I can come and get you in person.
That would be great. That would be amazing.
I'll be looking forward to it. I want to thank Grammy Award-winning singer and songwriter Miss Lisa Fischer for taking the time out of her busy schedule to talk to us by Skype, and to also let us know what's been going on with her and the band traveling throughout the states. Miss Lisa Fischer is going to be right here in San Antonio, Texas, November 16th at the Joe Long Theater. Doors open up at 8 p.m. It's a don't want to miss this experience with Miss Lisa Fischer.
Oh, thank you so much.
Well, thank you. And hopefully in the future, we'll stay in contact. We can let our viewers know what's happening with you and the band all over the country. And I want to thank you again, okay?
My pleasure. Thank you, Keith.
Thank you so much. This has been a blast. We got songwriter, singer, Grammy Award winner, Miss Lisa Fischer. I'm Keith Scott on this celebrity edition of Black Friday Live. We'll see you next time. As always, be encouraged. Goodbye, Miss Fischer.